I am making some shrimp rajas. I'm going to need a can of corn, some shrimp, serrano pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, salt, pepper, an onion, sour cream, and cilantro, and 2 poblano peppers or pasilla peppers. I'm going to go ahead and add in my garlic, my onion, my serrano pepper, and a handful of cilantro to my blender cup or your blender or your blending cup. And in the meantime, I have my pasilla peppers in the back sauteing or browning. I'm going to go ahead and put them in a bag once they have charred so that I can go ahead and be able to peel off that skin easily. While my peppers sweat in a pan, I'm going to add some oil, vegetable oil, my shrimp, and I'm going to saute them with a little bit of garlic salt and black pepper. You want to undercook your shrimp because we will be adding them to our mixture that we're going to make for our sauce later, and you don't want overcooked shrimp. Make sure that you stir your shrimp constantly so they don't stick. And while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and julienne half an onion or slice it into half moons, whichever way you want to call it. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my shrimp off of the pan. And in that same pan, I'm going to add my onions so I can saute them. If you need a little more oil, you can add more oil to your pan. And while I saute my onions, I'm also going to peel my peppers. Make sure that you take as much of the skin off of it as you can, because the skin can be a little chewy, it can be a little tough, and the pepper tastes a lot better when you take that charred skin off. If you want to leave a little bit of the charred skin on it, by all means, you're welcome to it. If you want that charred flavored into it, I take most of the skin off as much as I can. And then I cut off the tops and I slice them down the middle to remove the seeds. Misconception, the spice is not in the seeds. The spice is in the veins of the chili pepper, which is those light green stringy areas you see in the pepper. I'm going to go ahead and take off as much as I can because I don't need a lot of spice. I'm also going to save a piece of these peppers to add to my blender to mix with the rest of the ingredients I had added earlier. And now I'm going to go ahead and slice them. You can cut them as thick or thin as you like, and then add them to your pan with the onions so you can continue sauteing them. I cut these a little bit smaller so they're more manageable when I'm eating them. With our pan, we're going to go ahead and stir the onions and peppers together and saute them for a little bit. You want to get them to combine together, and we're going to add our can of corn as well. Make sure you strain the corn. No liquid in it. You just want the corn by itself. If you don't want to add the whole can, you can add half. Add as much as or as little as you like. Now in our blender, we're going to add that piece of poblano pepper that I saved. And along with that, we're going to add our sour cream. This was about half a cup of sour cream that I had left over, so I just wanted to use the whole thing. And I'm also going to add about half a cup of chicken broth. You can use vegetable stock or vegetable broth if you don't want to use chicken stock. And to this, I'm also going to add some pepper and some salt. You want to season everything along the way. Salt and pepper are to your taste. Now we're going to take this to our blender and get this blended up nicely. Once you have it all blended, it's going to look like this beautiful creamy green mixture that tastes delicious. But before we do anything with this mixture, I'm going to go ahead and season my vegetables, and I'm going to remove them from the pan. I'm going to add them in the same container that I added my shrimp, just because I want to put my sauce in the same pan so that I can let it simmer and cook down some of those raw vegetables that we had added in our blender. I add a little bit of oil to the pan just so that it gives that sauce a little bit of better flavor. Give it a quick stir just so that you can combine all your ingredients together in there with the oil. Let it simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and add in the entire mixture. This is why you want to undercook your shrimp. You don't want to overcook them because we are going to simmer them with the sauces later. Let it simmer for about 5 minutes. You don't want to overdo it either because you don't want to overcook your shrimp. Once your sauce has simmered, you can go ahead and serve yourself and enjoy this with some red rice. I hope you guys try this recipe.